Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Missouri Students, sponsored by the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use your Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many different sessions that are happening during the MOACAC Virtual College Exploration. So be sure to check out the full schedule at moacac.org. Also, this presentation is being recorded and it will be available within about a week at the same website, moacac.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters.
Hi, and welcome to STEM Career Opportunities and Student Outcomes. Can everybody see okay? Brooke, Shawnee, Drew? Okay, excellent. My name is Kathy Tipton, and I'm the Acting Director for Admissions at Missouri University of Science and Technology. But we also have this evening also Maryville University, Southeast Missouri State University, and University of Central Missouri. We've all teamed up together to talk a little bit about STEM careers on our campuses. Just starting off, a couple of things that we want to make sure to address is there is a Q&A or a chat in which you can submit questions to our group. If you have a question that is specific for a university that's here, go ahead and start with that. So maybe if you had a question for Shawnee, it might say Maryville, and then label your question so that she knows that that's something that she needs to answer. If you have a general question for all of us, that's fine too. Go ahead and use that same Q&A chat experience to go ahead and ask those questions. We will try to answer questions as we also present, and then we'll be able to answer live questions at the end if we have time. And if for some reason we run out of time or we have a lot of questions, we will get those questions and we'll be able to get back to you shortly with those answers. So we're going to go ahead and begin. And see if I can, there we go. And we're going to start with just what is STEM. So STEM is an acronym for fields within science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And you're probably interested in one of these fields or degree programs that are within the STEM area. And one of the things that we want to make sure that you also recognize as you're looking into this is that employers want students or graduates that have these critical thinking and problem solving skills that often go hand in hand with those who are interested in STEM fields. Strong communication skills are also very important. Employers are also looking for those who can be leaders, but also work on teams. Professionalism is important, and also just knowing the importance of intercultural relationships is very important in terms of the workplace. So starting off, we're going to start with Missouri S&T. And what I hope to accomplish here tonight is just to find ways that you might be able to discover the minor in you. On our campus, we're located in Rolla, Missouri, and we're a medium-sized campus. We have the majority of our programs on our campus are actually STEM degree programs. So I encourage you to check out degrees.mst.edu to see a full listing of our programs. But abbreviated here, I have for you, we have 15 different engineering programs. And so I think in many ways, students are able to learn about some of these programs either from family or in their high schools. But we offer things for students who are interested in all fields. So this is going to be the most you're going to find in the Midwest in terms of engineering offerings. So if you're interested in renewable energy, or maybe it's materials or chemicals, we have something that is for you on our campus. We also have 3 computing programs. So kind of the full circle is what I like to tell students. Information science and technology. We also have computer science, cybersecurity, and then we also have computer engineering. We have science programs that fit both in what some people may say the hard and the soft sciences on our campus. We have mathematics. We also have a STEM-based teaching certification program that actually is at the elementary, middle, or secondary level. And we have pre-professional programs too for students who know they want to go into dental or pharmacy or even medical school. So all good options. On our campus, there are many opportunities to be involved, and you'll hear that also from the others tonight too. Some of the things that I want to share are some of the things that are kind of unique on our campus. So we have over 20 design teams. The pictures here are different design teams that are on our campus, like the Formula Car, the human-powered vehicle, but you don't see some of the others, like the solar house. We have a design center on our campus that is dedicated for students to work on these projects. And we actually just expanded it to double its size. Experiential learning is really important to our campus, and it's actually a graduation requirement. So when students are on our campus, they have to fulfill this requirement in some way, and some choose to do design teamwork. Other students might participate in undergraduate research. If that is kind of your thing, or you want to check out research, you can do that at the undergraduate level. We have a high-bay structures lab. We have a nuclear reactor on campus. We have an experimental mine on campus. So all of these things are available to you right outside your classroom door. Again, we also have other things that you would recognize, like Division II athletics. We have Greek life, fraternities and sororities, diversity programs, service organizations, all sorts of different opportunities for you to be involved and to really make the S&T experience, a real community and a home for you. Our students are sought after. We have over 300 employers that consistently come to recruit our students every fall. We have opportunities for our students to participate in co-ops and internships where they get that on-the-job experience with salaries between $3,000 and $4,000 a month. So these are great opportunities for students to find out if this is a major for them, if this is a company they might want to work for, and also a good opportunity to pay for their education or just have some savings for later. We do have students who will go on to work for small and large companies. You'll recognize some of them that I've labeled there. But even here in Missouri, you'll recognize many from your area. So we have Cerner and Burns & McDonnell and Boeing, and then we have some bigger ones like SpaceX and Exxon. Our students last year averaged over 63,800 at the undergraduate level across all majors. So our students do very well and have a great return of investment. So I encourage you to join the minor family. Step one is to apply for admission, and you can do that at apply.mst.edu. We have an S&T application. We also will accept the common application, and students this fall have the opportunity to be evaluated with or without their tests. So if you want to apply test optional, you can do so. There's no application fee to apply, and the application really is fairly simple. I'd say it takes about 15 minutes. We do have in-person or on-campus visits happening right now almost every day. At visit.mst.edu, you can register for one of those visits. You can also find our virtual offerings too, if that's more comfortable for you. So we do encourage you to connect with us, and I'll make sure to also provide in the chat my direct contact information if you have any questions for me as well.
All right, that was awesome, Kathy. So as mentioned earlier, my name is Shawnee Lenore Jenkins, and I'm the Vice President of Enrollment at Maryville University. And I'm gonna touch a little bit on STEM at Maryville. So at Maryville, if you think about STEM, we obviously offer, Kathy talked about what STEM really is, and engineering is part of it. And we offer engineering programs, but I would probably put the E at a lowercase e and put the uppercase on the ST and the M at Maryville as far as our streams are concerned. So science, technology, and mathematics. Maryville University is really committed to continuing to understand what the emerging jobs are in the US. And the top 15 emerging jobs, there's a report that came out by LinkedIn that identified the top 15 emerging jobs in the US, and they were all technology based, which is probably no surprise, all in the fields of STEM. So just kind of wanted to kind of go through some of these, because a lot of times these programs or these jobs don't really have names of programs that match them. And so sometimes you may be thinking, I want to be a robotics engineer, or I want to be an AI specialist. And they're not really degrees called artificial intelligence right now. So I want to kind of touch base on your interests and see if these jobs match some of your interests. So as you can see, again, all of these are technology based. These are some of the fastest growing jobs in the United States right now. So when the report came out, what Maryville University did was looked at our programs and said, how do our programs match up to provide pathways to these careers? Good thing at Maryville is that out of these top 15 jobs, we have degrees that can lead to all of these types of different jobs. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that. And if you're interested, you can Google some of this. Students, obviously, if you're attending a session, STEM is something you're interested in. These aren't the only jobs that are out there, but these are sort of the top 15 that are emerging pretty quickly. So, as I mentioned, Maryville University looked at the emerging careers of the future and matched them up with our Maryville academic program. So I'll touch on those. As I mentioned, we do offer a dual degree engineering program at Maryville, where we have a partnership with a lot of different schools, engineering schools, where you would come to Maryville for the first couple years, small class sizes, experience that, and then you would transition to another institution where you would finish your engineering degree. some of the programs that I want to highlight really are strengths, and cybersecurity is one of them. It's one of our top programs at Maryville, continues to get recognized. Data science is a fast growing field as well. That will match up to some of those careers you saw on a previous slide. Management information systems is another one of those. Maryville University had a computer science program about 10 years ago, and we dropped it at the time, and now we have reevaluated it and brought it back in a whole different format. So our computer science program is not your typical programming computer science program. Our computer science program matches up with the emerging jobs of the future. So we have 6 different tracks. Blockchain, which is something probably most people have not heard of. You should Google it, it's pretty cool. Cybersecurity is a track. Artificial intelligence, if you don't know it by the name, it's something that's happening on your phone and on your devices every single day. As far as knowing exactly what you want, if you actually shop on Amazon, that's artificial intelligence. So some of the things that you may not know and name are tracks that we're offering. And software development is another one. Data science is another one. And then user experience, which is really, as you go to our websites, all of us are really focused on your user experience, just like the Amazons of the world, making sure you have the best experience when you get to a website. So again, a very different twist on computer science. We do have some programming, but the focus is really technology, and it's focused on these emerging jobs of the future. So I'm gonna share my screen, Kathy, real quick to show you a quick video just to kind of give you a little bit of sneak peek. Maryville University is really focused on active and engaged learning. And we want to make sure that our students remain interactive in the classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. And if my presenters can give me a thumb up when I hit play that they can hear it, then I'll know everybody else can hear it. Let's see here. So just a real quick video just to kind of give you an idea of what hands-on interactive engaged learning looks like at Maryville. And obviously technology is a field that we can do that really well in, so that it's not just sitting in the classroom and listening to a faculty member teach. So, and then I'll just move into our last couple slides at Maryville where we can focus on a couple different things. I mentioned we got a lot of different visit programs happening right now. We are also offering in-person and virtual visits, in-person visits Monday through Saturday. But we launched a virtual weekly series called Maryville Saints Sneak Peek Wednesdays. So every Wednesday we have a live virtual session on different topics. And it just so happens we have one coming up in September, focused on emerging careers of the future. So if you're interested in learning more about these programs, this is a great opportunity for you. But if you actually go to the website, maryville.edu/sneak peek, you'll see all of the other sessions that we're offering in the months of September, October, and November. Application is really simple, it's free, and it's easy, and we're members of the Common Application, and we're also members of the Coalition application as well this year. So there's 3 different opportunities for you to apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to my colleague at Southeast Missouri State.
Thank you, Shawnee. My name is Brooke Lockhart, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions here at SEMO. And I am going to share just a little bit about the university, and then we're going to talk about the different departments that we have and major opportunities that we have in STEM. So Southeast Missouri State University is a mid-sized regional public university located in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, which is just 2 hours south of St. Louis. We have around 10,000 students, and we offer coursework at 3 locations in addition to our main campus here in Cape. We have a location in Sikeston, Missouri, and Kennett, Missouri, and then we also offer classes on the campus of Three Rivers College in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. We do have over 200 undergraduate and graduate majors, and all of our majors offer internship and study abroad opportunities. We have over 70 destinations worldwide where you can choose to study abroad. And getting involved on campus is really easy because we have over 200 student clubs and organizations. So whether you want to get involved inside the classroom or it's more of an interest, we have both academic and leisure organizations that you can connect with. We are Division I athletics, and we do have 15 Division I NCAA teams. And we were actually home to 5 Ohio Valley Conference championships last season, which was really exciting for us. And the last thing on here, we have been test optional since 2019. We were one of the first schools in the state to provide test optional opportunities. And you can see that we are test optional with a 2.75 cumulative high school GPA. So STEM at SEMO, we have over 50 majors that fall under STEM at Southeast, and all of our majors focus on experiential and hands-on learning. We know that's what you need to be successful in your industry and upon graduation. We offer undergraduate research and internship opportunities with industries and companies like the ones listed on the slide. I'm not going to read through all of those because there are a lot more in addition to that. But I am going to highlight our STEM departments. So those departments are agriculture, biology, chemistry and physics, engineering and technology, and mathematics. So starting with ag, our ag graduates are competitive in agribusiness ventures in the areas of finance, marketing, sales, communication, industry, management, horticulture, crop science, soil conservation, soil science, and precision agriculture technologies. And our ag education majors have a 100% success rate of being placed in their field as soon as they graduate. Our pre-veterinary majors have a 90 to 100% placement rate into a doctorate of veterinary medicine program upon graduation. A lot of our students go to Mizzou and also U of I, but there are a lot of veterinary schools that they do continue on. For our biology majors, they have the opportunity to graduate with distinction. They participate in research opportunities where they get to experience real research, how it's designed, implemented, and presented. So when they participate in these opportunities, they are able to graduate with a distinction in biology, which is honored at commencement, and it's posted on your transcript. So that distinction can definitely help you stand out when applying to graduate schools or job searching. As you're in college, you will hear a lot of people talking to you about finding ways to stand out, to make yourself look different than all the other applicants, and that is definitely one way to do that. We do have a marine biology program here at SEMO, and there are very few marine biology programs in the state. A unique opportunity for our students is that they get to take courses over the summer at the Gulf Coast Marine Lab as part of a consortium that we have. And the other nice thing is that they pay in-state tuition while they study out of state. And our pre-med majors are getting into medical programs such as Harvard and Washington University in St. Louis. And our wildlife biology students are able to intern and work for the Missouri Department of Conservation and the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. Our next department is chemistry and physics, and those graduates are working at places like Boeing, ExxonMobil, Lockheed Martin, NASA, Procter & Gamble, Missouri State Highway Patrol Crime Lab. So if you're into kind of the chemistry and the physics with some of the crime lab work, we do have students that go into that. And a lot of those students pursue graduate school and professional programs at universities such as Johns Hopkins, Texas A&M, University of Southern California, and Vanderbilt. Our chemistry graduates are entering the workforce as chemists in a variety of fields like biotechnology, chemical and pharmaceutical manufacturing, product development, quality control, hazardous waste management, forensics. And our physics graduates are prepared for careers such as applications engineering, data analyzing, design engineering, physics teaching, and a lot others. They are studying in a state-of-the-art first-rate learning environment, which is our McGill Hall of Science. And they are able to use a variety of lab equipment and instruments and tools, and they use that for their courses and also their undergraduate research options. And we do have certification by the American Chemical Society for our Bachelor of Science in Chemistry. For engineering and technology, those majors study in a multi-million-dollar facility where they can build, test, and operate equipment and technology that they will be using in the workplace. And while we have common programs such as engineering physics and industrial engineering, we do also have unique programs like unmanned aircraft systems, which is drone technology. We have construction management, network administration, and engineering technology. We have a brand new program flying into Cape next fall, and that is our Bachelor of Science and Professional Pilot Program. You'll definitely want to stay tuned if this is of interest to you, because we will have more information to come on that new program. And the last department that we're going to talk about is mathematics. So mathematics is the language and backbone of science. So in order to do any of these programs or any of these majors, you have to have mathematics background. And our math majors are going in to work for companies like Delta Dental, Travelers Insurance, Allstate, Amazon, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. And since fall of 2018, we have a 100% pass rate for our actuarial science majors. And they are passing their probability, financial mathematics, and investment exams at a 100% pass rate. And those are exams that they need to be able to be hired and go into the workforce. We offer several opportunities for them to get involved with faculty research, and some of the recent research opportunities that they've participated in are Fibonacci compositions, translational services, and pattern avoidance. So overall, there are a lot of options in STEM, and I think you could argue that there's a program for anyone in a STEM field. And next we will talk about our scholarship program. So new for fall 2021, we have expanded our test optional scholarship offerings. So when you look at our Copper Dome scholarship chart, you can see that students with no test score can qualify for up to $3,000 based on their high school GPA. We made this change because we know that during the pandemic, many students have not been able to take a test. And so we decided to expand our scholarship program to help out. Our Copper Dome scholarship program is stackable and renewable. So for any of those students who were not able to test, you've got your test optional opportunities. But if you were able to test, we do super score both the ACT and the SAT. So we'll take your highest sub score from each test, and we'll create a new score that we can use for admission and scholarship purposes. We offer a competitive President's Scholarship. It's a $10,000 value, and we award that to 5 students each year. We did also add test optional criteria for that competitive scholarship. So students who have a 3.9 cumulative high school GPA and no test score are still eligible to apply for that prestigious scholarship. And the last little chart that you'll see on there, our scholarship program is progressive. So as you are renewing your criteria and meeting the criteria each year, the value of the scholarship does increase year over year through year 4. And then you can see what the total value of that scholarship will pay out during your 4 years at Southeast. So all of this probably sounds really great. And so next we are going to talk about how to apply. So along with my colleagues, the application is located online, cmo.edu/apply. There is no application fee for domestic students. And for our beginning freshman students, we are doing self-reported admissions. So that means when you fill out the application, you're just telling us what your official test scores and high school GPA are, and we will use that information to make an admission decision. If you are transferring in or have taken any dual credit in high school, we do need your official college transcripts as well. Our application does take less than 5 minutes. It's really quick, and we are also on the Common app, so you can get to us that way as well. And really quickly, we are offering in-person campus tours Monday through Saturday, and we are also hosting fall visit days coming up in October. So if you go to our website, cmo.edu/visit, you can register for a personal tour or one of our upcoming fall visit days. If you're not able to visit us in person, we are hosting 2 virtual major exploration weeks, and those will be October 5th through the 8th and October 26th through the 29th. So you'll be able to engage with faculty and staff from the comfort of your home. So we do hope to see you soon. And with that, I will hand it over to Drew.
Sounds good, Brooke. Thanks so much. Sign me up. That's good stuff. All right, so my name is Drew Griffin, and I'm the Assistant Vice Provost for Admissions and Financial Aid at the University of Central Missouri. We are located in Warrensburg, Missouri, or the Burg, as it's affectionately known. Our main campus is in Warrensburg. We also offer programs in Lee Summit, Missouri, which is a suburb of Kansas City, and online as well. So if there's hopefully an option that will fit your need, one of those 3 should do it. Warrensburg is about 45 minutes from the Kansas City metro area. So our students really get the best of both worlds with a great college town in Warrensburg, but also that opportunity to have an urban metropolitan feel in Kansas City. So definitely check us out. We'll talk more about coming for a visit later. We do offer over 150 academic programs. We started out as a teacher's college, so we were a normal school number 2 way back in the day, and we have grown definitely since then. Some of our top 5 programs, education, again, we are a powerhouse when it comes to all types of education. Nursing is very competitive at UCM. Business, all types of business programs we offer. Aviation is big. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And criminal justice and criminology, also a big program at UCM. We also have our own police academy, and that runs at least I think 3 sessions a year, and very popular, very well known in the state of Missouri. We definitely want you to get involved when you're on campus. Don't just go to class and go home and do homework. You want to make sure that you are getting involved and really engaged in the college life. And we offer more than 200 clubs and organizations. Anything you can imagine, you name it, we hopefully have something that'll fit your needs. And if there's something that you want that we don't offer, you can create your own program, your own club. So that's pretty cool. That's a sweet gig for some of our students who have some cool experiences from high school that they want to bring to UCM. We are NCAA Division II MIAA conference, very competitive in our conference, both on the court, on the field, but also in the classroom. And we have student athletes that outperform, that do very well each year. So very proud of all of our athletes. And if you are not talented or gifted, I should say, athletically, we have a lot of intramural sports as well that you can compete on a lesser level, but still have that competition as well. One of the cool things about UCM, I think that sets us apart from other institutions in the state, is our academic support services. We assign students a support team from the minute they're admitted. So as soon as you're admitted to UCM, we have an academic advisor, a financial aid advisor, a peer coach, a faculty mentor, all set up to outreach to you before you even enroll at UCM. We want to make sure that you have that support from day one, and that you feel supported, because that's what it's all about. We are root for the underdogs. We make sure that our students graduate in 4 years, that they're competitive and successful. So definitely at UCM, you will find that support for sure. A lot of my colleagues have talked about being test optional. Yes, we are test optional as well. And it's a 3.25 GPA or higher. No ACT or SAT is required. And we also give a $1,000 scholarship right off the bat. If you want to get higher scholarships, you will need to submit an ACT or SAT score to get some of our higher level scholarships. But for starters, that $1,000 is not too shabby. We also super score. So if you do take the ACT or SAT, we will super score that if you take it multiple times. So definitely keep that in mind. And I'll talk a little bit about our scholarships in financial aid, but we are very competitive in our packaging. And I oversee admissions and financial aid. I love to be the money man. So I love to work with students and parents who have a gap, and we need to figure out a way to financially fit that gap or close that gap. So I work with students and parents all the time to help make UCM as affordable as possible. And if you look at some of our scholarships, and our red and black scholarship is our automatic merit scholarship. Right off the bat, if you mean it, you qualify, it's not competitive. And other scholarships stack on top of those. And so I know our top scholarship, red and black, is $4,500. That pays for over 50% of your tuition and fees at UCM, just with that one scholarship alone. So the more that stack on top, the better you're going to be sitting financially. All right, let's talk about STEM at UCM. We have more than 80 STEM programs. Now that includes undergraduate, that includes certificates, that includes minors, majors, but more than 80 STEM programs. And that includes agricultural science, aviation. We talked about aviation, but professional pilot, pro pilot is a very popular major for us. Bioinformatics, cybersecurity. I'll talk a little bit more of that in a second. Kinesiology, occupational safety, rad tech. I mean, so many more programs that students can benefit from in a STEM environment. So definitely check out our website, ucmo.edu, and check out the majors there, and you'll see much more than just the ones I've listed off now. We are one of the few, I think one of the 3 ABET accredited schools in Missouri for computer science and cybersecurity. So very proud of that distinction. And we talked a little bit about accreditation, but that really means everything. If you go to a program or a school that isn't accredited, then you're not really getting the full weight or the full measure of that degree. And employers know which programs are accredited, they know which schools are accredited, and they like to hire specifically from those schools. So when you're looking at cybersecurity and computer science, definitely UCM is the way to go. We also offer engineering, tech, occupational safety that are ABET accredited as well. We do, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a very competitive nursing program, and it has 100% placement rate within this last year. And our students are very, very well trained. They're very happy. We have this very cool lab that has those life-size dummies that, like, they get sick, and I think one of them even gives birth. It's kind of creepy. Don't ever go there at night. I don't know what's, yeah, anyway, it's a pretty cool lab. Though if you're interested in nursing, definitely check it out. We do offer a direct entry program that requires a 25 ACT or higher and a 3.0 GPA or higher in high school. And talk about hands-on learning. We actually own and operate our own airport. It's the Skyhaven Airport right outside of Warrensburg, and we operate 2 farms. And so our students are really getting hands-on learning, hands-on experiences in ag science, as well as airport management, airport maintenance, and pro pilot. Last couple things I'll talk about, we do offer student groups. Definitely, again, get involved when you're at UCM or whatever college you attend. We offer Cyber Mules, Association of Computer Machinery Student Chapter, Student Nursing Organization, much more, but definitely find a group, find an organization that fits your needs. We do offer esports. We've offered that now for the last year. We recruit 40 players in games like Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League. We offer scholarships as well for those students, and those scholarships stack on top of other aid that we give you. We do offer internships at companies like Black & Veatch, Evergy, Burns & McDonnell, J.E. Dunn. I won't read them all to you, but a lot. In the next slide, I believe we'll talk more about where our grads are employed. And our average starting salary is above $65,000, and the midpoint is above $100,000. So definitely, you're going to be sitting pretty as you graduate from UCM. And here is a quick look at some of the companies where our STEM grads are located. A lot of those, some of those are in Kansas City, but all throughout the Midwest and the nation, very successful grads, again, doing great things. And the last slide for me, I just want to talk about visiting. We would love to have you visit UCM online or in person, whatever, wherever you feel safest. You can visit us from the comfort of your living room. We have virtual tours every day, but definitely in person as well. So we'd love for you to check us out, ucmo.edu/visit, to see what our visit dates are. We have a virtual Discover Central week coming up at the end of October. but then also Saturday tours. We have twilight tours every Thursday in the evenings to get a different look at campus. Definitely want to encourage you to apply to UCM. We are a Common App school, as well as just our general application. And if you scan that QR code on the right of your screen, that'll take you to our application page. So would love to see you apply to UCM sooner than later. This is the sweet spot. September, October is the sweet spot to apply to any and all schools that you're looking at. So make sure that you apply sooner than later. And if you do take the ACT, there's our school code down on the bottom left. And I think that's all for me. So I look forward to any questions that you might have. And I really, again, encourage you to visit UCM. It is an amazing campus. I have a lot of fun there, and I think you will too.
Would you like to take some of the Q&A? I haven't been able to monitor that as my screen was shared, but.
Sure thing. Kathy, let me just jump in here. It looks like someone had asked, as a sophomore, when should I start applying for scholarships? Well, and anyone feel free to jump in, but I would say typically you want to start as a sophomore, start creating an activities resume of things that you're involved with freshman, sophomore, junior, senior years, offices you've held, activities you've done, honors you've received, and start putting that in a Word document. You really want to start applying for scholarships at the end of your junior year. So in between the summer, in between your junior and senior years is when college applications will open, as well as some scholarship applications. So definitely, it'll be probably in between your junior and senior year when you'll actually start applying for scholarships. Anyone else?
Looks like there's a question if we offer ROTC. I can speak at S&T. We offer Air Force and Army ROTC.
That's the same at UCM, Air Force and Army.
In Maryville, we offer Army ROTC.
At Southeast, we do have the Air Force ROTC, and we actually partner with SIU Carbondale, which is about 45 minutes away. So it's a partnership between our two schools.
And I'll go ahead and share information privately about our aerospace program. That way I won't eat up time for the entire group here, but I'll be able to connect with you and give you the information that you might need. And no, it isn't being eliminated on our campus.
Looks like there was a question about scholarships. Are they based on weighted GPA or unweighted? And I will tell you from UCM, we do whatever benefits the student most. So if the unweighted GPA is higher, that's what we'll take. If the weighted GPA is higher, that's what we'll take. So, and I think a few other colleagues do the same, but yeah, we base it off of either, whichever benefits the student best.
Same in Maryville. I see there's a question. Will test optional be available for years 2021 through 2022? I know all of my colleagues mentioned test optional, and some of us have been test optional. Maryville's been test optional for 5 years, actually. So we will remain test optional. We've been doing it for 5 years. So ours is not necessarily a temporary sort of year thing, but I know some of our colleagues have been test optional. Some are going test optional for the first time. So will it continue to be that for 21 and 22?
Yes, at UCM, we have no plans of removing our test optional criteria. In fact, we are looking at how we can even maybe reduce the GPA requirement that we have now. So we're definitely all in and continue to be test optional moving forward.
At S&T, I can't really predict next year. This year we did make test optional opportunities for students in light of the COVID situation and some of the students' inabilities to take the test. And so we're offering that as trying to provide access to our institution this year. And so I don't know how it's going to, where the decision or when that will be made for the following year.
It looks like there was a question about what is on-campus life like. And I can definitely tell you it's fun. College is supposed to be the best 4 years of your life, and there's always something going on. So whether you're going to class, because class is going to keep you busy, but there's always things to get involved in. There's activities. Of course, during a pandemic, there's fewer people kind of congregating and walking around close together, but for the most part, if you just sum it up, on-campus life is a lot of fun, and we encourage you to get involved, and no matter which campus you end up at, taking advantage of the college experience, because once you graduate, you're going to get a job and the real world starts rolling really fast, and you're going to wish that you had had more fun in college and done more things.
Absolutely. And if I could, I would probably speak for all of my colleagues by saying we enjoyed our college experience so much. That's why we're working for college now, because we enjoyed just the campus environment and the feeling. And I will tell you, I know at UCM, I love the campus vibe. There is a spirit, there is an energy that you can't explain. You have to visit and check it out. But there's an energy that just keeps me feeling young. And I love it, especially when the students move back in the fall. Well, not this fall, but any other fall, the students moving back. It is just exciting. And that's what, campus life is all about.
Looks like there was a couple of questions just about early admissions. I'm going to assume the student's referring to either early action or early decision. And Maryville University is not an early action or early decision school. We're a rolling admission school. So if you're just talking about applying early, then yes, that's a great opportunity. You don't want to miss any deadlines. Go ahead and apply so you don't miss out on any scholarships. But if you're referring to the actual early action, early decision, we're not one of those schools.
And neither is UCM.
And then I think Matthew asked, what are some good scholarships for STEM? I think the best thing to do is Google STEM scholarships, and you'll probably come up with quite a bit out there. But fastweb.com is is the largest private scholarship database. So outside of the scholarships that all of the institutions here tonight mentioned, you can actually go out and look for private scholarships based on your interests as well. And Google is your friend if you want to find those. And I think that was it. And we're coming up on time. Oh. One just popped up. Is Common App preferred or can I apply individually? For all of us who are members of the Common App, we treat our applications the same. So no matter which one you use, the institution application or the Common application, they're both treated exactly the same. It's based on your personal preference and what you would like to use as far as the application is concerned.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for some additional sessions at moacac.org. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as any other session recordings, also at the same website, moacac.org. Thank you.